Good afternoon guys, my name is David and you're watching the VivaLaAutomotive channel. I hope you're all doing well and somehow surviving the quarantine. I'm currently in my 4th week and I'm genuinely surprised that I haven't gone crazy thus far. Or perhaps I have. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, last week a highly medialized crash happened in New York City where a drunk driver and a big social media personality has crashed his 1 out of 25 Gambala Mirage GT, which is worth about $780,000, and tried to drive off before being caught by the cops just a few hundred meters later. That is some serious GTA 5 stuff in real life. This got me thinking, what are some of the most expensive car crashes to date? And that's how we get back to the title of this video. Because in this video, I thought it would be quite interesting to run you down through a list of 6 most expensive car crashes, how they happened, and how much they cost the poor owners. Just a disclaimer, it is very difficult to track exactly how much these crashes have cost their owners, and so it's basically just my educated guesses and stuff that I have dug out on automotive forums. Furthermore, there might be some crashes which are similarly expensive to the ones I'll be talking about, but for the entertainment sake of this video, I tried to choose the ones which are the most interesting or have the most interesting background story. Some honorable mentions before we start this video include this Pagani Zonda F Club Sport, which crashed in 2011, this Toyota 2000 GT, which was crashed after a tree fell on it in 2014, and this Porsche RS61, which was driven by Sir Sterling Moss and crashed in 2010. May he rest in peace. Let's start off this video with perhaps the most famous automotive crash of all time. The video of this Bugatti Veyron driving and crashing into a lagoon has gone viral in 2009 and racked up millions of views online. It entertained the fans with the phrase, "I'm pretty sure it's a Lambo, dude."
I'm pretty sure it's a Lambo, dude.
But what exactly happened and why did the Veyron end up going for a swim? The $1 million Bugatti Veyron was purchased by Andy House, a Texan salvage yard owner, in October of 2009, so just 1 month prior to crashing into the Gulf Bay Lagoon. On that fateful autumn day, Andy House was apparently driving on the highway, enjoying the sun, before being distracted by a low-flying pelican, taking his eyes off the road and crashing the car into the depths of the bay. That's quite an interesting story, don't you think? As it turns out, lucky Mr. House has insured the car to a sum of $2.2 million just weeks prior to the accident, and left the engine running after the crash, which meant that salt water got into the engine and totaled the car. Unfortunately for our poor old Andy though, the video from the crash has somehow gotten to the insurance company, and later the judge, who didn't see any pelicans on the tape, and sent him off to 1.5 years in prison for insurance fraud. The next car on the list is the 2004 Ferrari Enzo, worth around $2 million, which was crashed in 2006 on the Pacific Coast Highway near Malibu, and quite literally torn in half after hitting a pole at around 162 miles an hour.
Chris, that Ferrari Enzo was nearly obliterated in the high-speed crash along the PCH.
The driver at the time of the crash was a Swedish criminal, Stefan Eriksson, who was drunk and when the authorities arrived, claimed that he was only the passenger, and the driver, a made-up guy called Dietrich, escaped. That's quite bizarre. Eriksson was later jailed for 3 years for his criminal activities and deported from the US back to Sweden. And the crashed Enzo was unbelievably rebuilt and sold in auction in 2016 for $1.75 million. What a story. In case you'd be interested in some more downright bizarre Enzo crashes, have a look at this car, crashed by B-list actor Eddie Griffin in 2007 during a charity race.
Well, I can't drive. Well, this charity event is time.
Some say that the crash was a publicity stunt to promote his newest movie, but I personally think that he was distracted by a low-flying pelican. This Koenigsegg Agera R, worth around $3 to $4 million, was crashed in China back in 2015. The car was destroyed by a 26-year-old Mr. Louis, who span out of control, presumably after driving over a banana peel, and crashed into the pavement barrier. The driver was drunk at the time of the accident and the car was not insured, So I think it's safe to say that this wasn't the best day for the Louis family. Thankfully, the loss of the Agera R didn't have to bother them for too long, as the owner of the car apparently has all three from the automotive Holy Trinity: the McLaren P1, Ferrari LaFerrari, and Porsche 918. So he won't have to walk to work anytime soon. The next car on the list is the almighty McLaren F1. This car has broken the production car record in 1998 when driving a two-way average speed of 243 miles an hour, and has since become an automotive legend. Altogether, only 106 units of the F1 were produced, each one of them equipped with a 6.1 liter V12 BMW engine, producing just over 600 horsepower and capable of springing the car to 60 miles an hour in just 3.2 seconds. These are high numbers even for today, and the F1 started production in 1992. But I'm getting a bit carried away here. The car in question belonged to the worldwide famous actor of Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, who has purchased it in 1997 for £540,000 and drove it for over 40,000 miles. Kudos to him for driving the car so much. I don't think there are many other McLaren F1 examples with similar mileage. But during those 40,000 miles, Atkinson has also managed to crash the car twice, which is also a feat not achieved by many other owners. The more serious of the two crashes happened in 2011, when Atkinson drove the car into a pole, then a tree, and then, as if it all wasn't enough, the car caught on fire in a ditch. Thankfully, the actor was fine and escaped the car with only a minorly injured shoulder, but the car's future looked grim. Just look at this picture right after the crash, with the back end of the car missing and piping falling out like the guts of some hunted animal. Fun fact, this crash has happened only weeks after Rowan Atkinson has become the fastest celebrity guest on Top Gear after completing the reasonably priced car test in 1 minute and 42.2 seconds.
Yeah. And now, of course, you race. You are keen motor
occasionally, yeah.
After the crash, the actor has set another record, this time with his insurance claim. He has claimed $1.5 million from his insurance company, which was at the time the largest single car insurance claim in the UK. Even though Atkinson's F1 had 41,000 miles on the clock and was crashed twice during its lifetime, he sold it in 2015 in a private sale for a hefty amount of $12 million. So Mr. Bean walked away with quite some extra pocket money. The Ferrari 250 Testarossa, or TR for short, was a Ferrari race car in production from 1957 all the way to 1961. Only 33 cars were ever made, and the price for one of these can reach above the $20 million mark. That's also the reason when one of these cars crashed in 2009, it was such a big deal. The car in question, production number 0754TR, was crashed by its owner David Lowe in 2009 during the Monterey Car Week, when it was doing laps around the famous Laguna Seca raceway. The whole incident was caught on camera, and so we can now enjoy images of a Ferrari 250 TR airborne, which is not something you get to see every day. Coincidentally, the exact same car has crashed at the exact same place, so the Laguna Seca raceway, all the way back in 1960 with its previous owner, Jack Graham. Maybe it was destined to crash again all along. The 250 GTO is the most valuable car in existence, with examples selling for more than $50 million. I have made an entire video just about this car and its rarity, so if you'd like to see it, click on the box in the top right corner. These cars are so valuable that it is incredibly rare to see them driving on the road, let alone racetrack. And it is even more rare to see them crashing, even though some have already crashed in the past. One of the more recent crashes happened in 2012, when American collectors Christopher Cox's GTO collided with a passenger car while rallying near Blois, France. Unlike with all the other crashes, there are absolutely zero images of this crash online, which is really surprising in the age of internet and mobile phones. However, the crash was for sure quite serious, as Cox's wife Anne, sitting in the passenger seat at the time of the crash, was quite seriously injured and left the car with few broken bones. The car has since been repaired by the Ferrari Classiche service and has been seen driving around the Fiorano racetrack in 2014. And that's everything for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the comments below, let me know which one of the car crashes you found most interesting. And as always, hopefully, see you next time.